Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live. Oh my god, my arm hurts. Yes, honey, I was playing laser tag with the kids, girl, and I was doing too much, holding that big old gun, girl. And I'm a little something. Yeah. Hello, my loves. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope everyone is doing well. Um, So, my name is Anwar White. They call me Coach Anwar. I am a dating coach for Black and Brown women, and I help them date with strategy. I help them, date high quality men to get into the best relationship of their lives. Yeah? Someone said, let me pull up a chair and get cozy. You better get into that bed, girl. Put those covers all the way up here, girl, and listen like that. Or y'all better be actually swiping on some men while you're listening to this. Because that's what we're doing up in here. I'm here to get you some men, honey. Or women. I don't care. Happy Pride Month, honey. Happy Pride. If you want to go for the women, girl, do it. Do it, girl. Do it. You hear me? Happy Pride. Happy Pride. Yeah? Hello, Crystal from West Palm Beach. I know that's right, girl. I know that's right. All right, honey. So, I'm saying all of this to say this. In this live, we are going to be you get to ask me some questions. You get to, you know, I'm whether it's about men, love, dating, relationships, women, anything in between. Put it in the chat. I will get to the questions in the order that I see them or read them. Now, if I've already answered that question, girl, I'm not going to answer it again, girl. Yeah? Some of the girls get mad at me because they're like, you didn't answer my question. Girl, you should have came. Should have came at the beginning when I answered it, girl. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at your tardiness. Yeah? All right. So just FYI, if you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, definitely go to the link in my bio. You can book a consultation call with me. If you want to work with me professionally, you can click the link to my bio and get a link for my podcast, which is the top relationship podcast in the world. And I also have a ton of free trainings in my link. Yeah, so check those out. Yeah. That's how you get to know me a little bit better. If you feel like you're not ready for a professional dating coach, girl, listen to my podcast. Keep on coming to these lives. It's no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. Yeah? Good. All right, put the questions in the chat, honey, because I'm going to spill some tea. And just FYI, Carly said, have you ever worked with a white woman? Girl, unfortunately, as Black people, we have to work with white women. No, but I do have probably about 5% of my ladies are white. Yeah. So if there's anything that I've said that you've resonated with, that speaks truth, definitely click, tap, tap, tap the screen. Like. Let's put those likes up, okay? I got almost 500 people in the TikTok and 113 here on IG, honey. Yeah, so by the end of this, we'll probably have about 1,200, 1,300 at one time. All right, let me see what the girls are talking about. Yeah? Oh my gosh. Now, I can't be on here long, honey, because I gotta sleep. So I might be on here for an hour. But girl, after midnight, girl, he turns into Cinderfella. And it can get a little bit messy. So I'm trying to keep it cute and mute tonight, honey. Okay? Okay, so let me see what the girls are talking about. Real quick. Yes, honey. Thank you, everybody, for saying hello to me. Yeah, get on that notification tip, honey. Chris said she's ready for that word tonight. Girl, I'm going to try my best. I'm just going to speak my truth. That's all I can do. Yeah. Haji Mark said, should you ask for a second date? Never. And you should actually never ask for a first date. He actually needs to ask you out. Don't ask men out. Don't even try to hint. Some of the girls are like trying to nudge these men. Don't nudge. Because if you nudge, you're literally going to be nudging for the rest of your life. And that shit gets annoying really quickly. Yeah? Never ask for a second date. Let him do it. And if he doesn't do it within a week of the first date, you got to cut him off. Why do I say this? I say this because literally, like, I get at least, like, this week I got 5 women into an exclusive relationship. And I got an additional 2 women in the I love you stage of their relationships. And then I had another woman move in with her guy, all in 1 week. I say all this to say, I see it every day. And I know what it looks like. And it looks like going on 1 to 2 dates every week. So if he goes a week without asking you out, planning a date, or anything like that, he's not it. Now, obviously, if he's sick or there's travel involved, that's one thing. But if none of that is happening and he hasn't asked you out on the second date, you're not a priority. You're an option. The gag is, and this is so important because men and women are so different when it comes to relationships. Men know pretty quickly and will categorize you pretty quickly, right? And oftentimes women will grow into a love, right? I always say, like, and the reason I'm saying that is because sometimes we think, oh my God, well, he's just gonna like me more. No, he's gonna like you kind of exactly where he found you. Yeah? So, if he's already doing this, this is the best that he's going to do. Okay? Okay. User 5768. Hi, Anwar. You are already starting already. Am I? Let me close this door, girl, because I had to get some fresh air because it was getting hot this summer. Okay. This is how I sit down. I have to put my dress down, girl. Yes, honey. Yes. Can't let the men see my hoo-ha. My hoo and my ha. I'm a lady, honey, with etiquette. Yes. I'm just, sometimes we got to teach the girls. Sometimes I see, some of the girls who haven't had etiquette class, girl. Okay, can I just say, why are we talking about my laugh? Everyone says I have a rich white man's laugh. I'd like to think I have like a white girl's laugh. Someone asked, what do you think about meeting men at black run clubs? Okay, so here's my thing about black run clubs. First of all, if I'm there, I'm not running. And I suggest that you get with a guy who doesn't run as well. And I also suggest that you get with a guy, 80% of the guys are going to be running without shirts on. If a guy is running without a shirt, it brings me pause. Why you got your hoo-has out? Is it really that necessary? If you're at a run club, get with a guy who is running with a shirt on, so he's not like literally publicizing his tea. And get with somebody who doesn't feel like he has to run and he can walk with you. I'm gonna be walking at a brisk pace, but I'm gonna be walking nonetheless. But also, I like a guy. I like a little chub. I don't like it super fit. Yeah. So that's my tea, girl. What's your tea in these run clubs? What are you going to give? Because I'm looking at these run clubs, girl, and all these men, they got all their B cups out. I'm like, what's going on? Put those away. Someone said they love a chub too. I know that's right, honey. PBN said, I went to a run club Saturday in Charlotte. I was definitely walking. Brisk walk. Oprah said, teach these N-words some modesty. Yes, honey. Someone said, where's La Musica? Girl, I don't know. Should I put some music on? Just like must love dogs, must have a t-shirt on. Yeah, honey. Yeah, get into that power walk, girl. You know, when those crazy people where the hips are gyrating up and down like a roller coaster. That's how you're going to get the boys, girl. With that power walk. Not with the run. Anyway. Lordy. Thank you all so much for the 13,000 likes already. I see we're already acting a fool. Yes. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. Circuit 5 said, turn notifications on, girls. TJ said, moving to a brand new city, best way to meet men. So I would go on meetup.com. I would also go to networking events. I would go to intramural, like city sports, like a softball league or something like that. And also just like do the things that you want to do. Whatever you're doing in your past city, you want to kind of do those things in a current city. I would join a gym. Yeah. Those would be kind of the places that I would go to be in places with a good gender ratio. The other thing that I would do is I would go to singles events. Not because I'm going to get a man, because the probability that you're going to get a man at a singles event is really low. But the gag is you will find great girlfriends to go out with at the single event, the speed dating events. That's where you're going to get your girlfriend. So every time you go to a speed dating event, get at least one or two numbers from a girl, like a girlfriend, so you have somebody to go out with, and that's how you're going to meet new and different people. Okay? I'm putting you guys on game, girl. Once you have those 2 to 3 girlfriends that you can go out with, because those people probably will already have circles. They'll introduce you to their circles. You can go out and meet new guys with. Girl, 3 to 6 months, girl. It's going to be like you were there for 3 years. Clock it. Yeah. Kara said, hi, Anwar, I love you. The running men around me are all white, but not the white I'm into. I don't care, girl. Close your eyes. Get into those white men running, girl. Get into the Brads. Get into the Chads. Yeah. Don't get into the Tylers. That's all I gotta say, girl. Or the Travises. Okay, let me see what you're talking about. Madison said, how soon is too soon to be boyfriend and girlfriend? I would say before a month. Yeah. Someone else said networking events are good. Yeah. Someone said, oh, OMG, I had a Tyler. Yeah, don't have a Tyler, girl. Nothing good can come of it. Tiff Lizzie said, are we getting back on apps this summer or no? Honey, my clients have been getting on the app. Girl, it started picking up in March and April, girl. So my clients, that's why they're getting into relationships so much right now. It picked up in March and April, so March, April, May, and now they're in relationships. Yeah. Okay. Will you ever do call-ins on this live? Probably not, because when I'm on those lives, it bores me, and yeah, I'm not here. Like, if you want to be like directly coached by me, you can go into one of my programs. Yeah. And also, it's going to take longer, right? I have 820 people on TikTok and 131 people on IG. If I'm spending 5-10 minutes on one person asking a question, I'm not going to get to as many questions, which means there's going to be less information that's going to be transferred. Kara said, my ex and I broke up, and he said he didn't want a relationship with me. Now he's back and trying again. Don't take him back. As someone who gets people into relationships every week, let me tell you something. Your future husband, it will never be on and off. It will always be on. Yeah? And guess what, ladies? They will always come back. 70% of breakups happen from women. And they will always come back. Always come back. Your job with your boundaries is to make sure that you never let them come back. Yeah? Not even friends. Can I be friends with him? No. Because the same thing that broke y'all up is the same reason why he's not going to be a great friend for you. And people don't think that. They think, oh, it's going to be less commitment as a friend. No, you should have the same similar requirements for a boyfriend than you have with a friend. Yeah? Jenny said, I'm tired of the apps, too many crazies, fakes, time wasters, cheaters. Coach, please, which ones do you suggest? So now I'm doing app recommendations just for my clients. So, because the apps are doing something nowadays, right? And so that is something that I do. Like, that's the first thing I do when ladies come into my program. We understand their age, their race, their skin tone, their size, their location, their career, all of those things to make a determination about which apps they should be on and why, right? What I will tell you, though, is that you probably want to rotate cities and or rotate apps every 2 months. Yeah? And also change your pictures every month. right? So that you're always that new girl at school, okay? Someone said that's a word. I've definitely been there with the friend coming back and not rising to the occasion of being a good friend. Yeah. Navashant. Nivish and I can't even know what your name is. My ex and I broke up. He keeps trying to come back, but my instincts won't let me. I'm scared and want new and healthy, but I miss him so much. You don't miss him. You miss the idea of him. You miss the thought of the future of what y'all could have had together. You don't miss him. You miss the feelings that you had when you were with him. But what you need to also understand is that you can have those feelings with new people and new experiences, and it's your job to find and seek those things out. You miss the feeling. You don't miss the man. Trust. Okay? Let me see what y'all are talking about. Kiki said, should I confront a man I found was lying about his relationship status? No. Ladies, I want to express something to you. Everybody wants to have this like cheater show moment where you're confronting a man and you caught him as if you were an SVU detective. No, girl. You know what the tea is. Your job is just to leave. Why? One, if you confront a man, you're telling him that he needs to try harder to hide things from you. And when he does that, now he's upping his cheating and lying game. You're going to make it harder for you if you stay with him. You're going to make it harder for the next woman when she's with him. You're doing no one a service except for this man when you confront him. Yeah. A lot of us want to get into like confronting because it triggers like if you grew up in a household where you were seen and not heard, you want to always have your voice heard, right? And I want to offer to you that like the loudest voice you can have is silence. The loudest voice that you can have is action. The loudest voice that you can have is stepping away. Okay? Keisha said, my white boss seemed to like me, and I think I like him too. I'm nice and smile a lot around him and get shy. Oh, how should I let him? Girl, that power dynamic is not going to serve you. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Kelly said, should you ignore the lack of physical attraction? No, don't do it. Here's the thing. If your attraction level doesn't go up within 2 to 3 weeks, you got to let him go. Okay? Hey, Chrissy girl, good to see you. Sandra said, do you save serious conversation in person or phone? Men these days want to stay on phone. Well, I don't care what they want. It's about what you want and what makes you most comfortable. It depends on the nature of the serious conversation. So, for example, if you want to talk about, let's say, the fact that you have an STI or, right, then it's really about what makes you feel comfortable. If it's like, I want to break up with him, then I would suggest either doing it over the phone or doing it in public, but like in person, but in a public place. You have to understand that it can be really dangerous to break up with a man in person if you're in a private place, because some of these men will lose their minds. Police departments have whole long file stacks of what they call crimes of passion, where a woman breaks up with a guy and then he breaks her face. So I don't want you to be thinking about like where you should do it. I want you to be thinking about what's most comfortable for you. Okay? User 576, your skin is glowing tonight. Thank you, girl. Coco said, what to do when your boyfriend constantly says the life you want isn't realistic? Then I want you to finish that sentence. And I want you to say, for you. Because it's not realistic for him, right? He's telling you exactly what he's capable of and what he's not capable of. Here's what I want to hear based on the life that you're explaining to him. Your future husband is going to say, great, here's how I'm going to make that happen. I was just talking with one of my clients, and she was having a serious conversation with her guy, and she was like, here's what I want in 2 years. Here's what I want in 5 years. He's like, yeah, we'll do it. Let's do it. Oh, I want to do a nonprofit. Okay. Here's the name of it. Let's do it together. He's going to be supporting anything and everything that you want. But like, that's one of the major signs that I look for when it comes to a man that's ready for a healthy relationship. Because most of these men are in it for them. They're not in it for you. So you want to see, how does he support you? What is he doing to support your professional life? What is he doing to support your goals, your hobbies, your personal life, your personal relationships? How is he moving you forward? How is he helping you develop? Because I will tell you this, 80% of the guys out there are not doing that and have no intention of doing that. Okay? Okay. Sherelle said, should I be on the apps or not? I'm always going to be an app girl. I'm going to be a both and, right? It's not either or. I always think like, you never know where you're going to find your person. So always on the apps. I'm going out to at least 1 or 2 places a week, and I'm talking to my friends, and I'm getting set up by them. Trusted friends in my tribe. And here's the thing. When you're asking for a referral, a setup, I want you to ask your friend, who's the guy that's the dad of the group? Yeah, who's the guy who is the responsible one, who looks out for everyone? That's the guy who you need to be set up with, not just any old random guy, right? You want the airport dad. You want the guy that might be a little bit corny. You want the guy that is the designated driver, right? You want the guy that stays out and waits for the Uber while the girl is waiting for her Uber, right? One of the girls in the group. That's what you're looking for. That's what you're waiting for. So ask her about those guys. Don't just ask her about any guys, because those are the husbands. Yeah? Justine said, just had a second guy with a guy who is Mexican. We align a lot on things, but not feeling the chemistry. Should I keep pursuing or let it go? If the date was overall positive, have another one. Again, when you're dating, I want you to focus on the slow burn. So this is about, does the attraction increase over time? It's not about, is it a 9 or a 10? It's about, did we start at a 6? This date's a 7. Next date is a 7.5. Is there an increase there? Most of us are dating based on chemistry, and that is, I think that's a way of dating that's not going to fully serve you. Because guess what? One, chemistry is literally chemistry. It's chemicals, it's biology, and that shit fades within 18 months. Right? The other thing is, toxic and narcissistic guys can have chemistry with anybody. Respectfully, you're not special. So I think a lot of us play ourselves in thinking, oh my God, we had such chemistry. Oh my God, he's like, I feel so good, girl. He's going to have a date tomorrow and have the same chemistry with the next girl. That's part of his plan, right? He's practiced in this. So chemistry can't be the only thing. I want us to deprioritize chemistry, focus more on compatibility. I want to focus more on the emotional component. That's what I help my clients do, right? Especially for women of color, when maybe feelings and emotions and vulnerability, those things weren't necessarily celebrated or welcomed in your household. that might not be an area that you're focusing on or that you have the emotional confidence to feel good about doing. That's what I help my clients do so that they can also have and prioritize those deeper emotional connections and not just physical connection or intellectual connection. Yeah, so if that's something that's of interest, if that's an opportunity for you, I definitely want to invite you to book a consultation call and see if there's a good fit for us to help you get your guy. Okay, let's see what else the girls are talking about. Let me see what IG is, because y'all are really asking a lot of questions here. Not Papa, what do you do when your friend are setting you up with a man that isn't attractive? Well, first you need to say, girl, let me see a picture, right? And then you get to say yay or nay to it. But here's the thing. If you're neutral on the guy, I want you to give him a chance. Eris Gay says, do you think it's harder to find men if you don't want kids? Harder is such an interesting word. I think that there are a lot of men that want to have a legacy, right? That want to continue the family tree. So they're just like statistically speaking, there are not going to be as many men as if you were open to having kids. Jazzy said, what if the chemistry never happens after 15 years? Then, girl, he's a roommate. He's not a romantic partner. Sir Kid said, what if he's husband material but lacks shared interests, different ideas of fun? That's fine. That's fine. Men and women are different. Yeah? There might be things that he's going to like that you're going to have no interest in. Don't try to force the funk. Girl, if he wants to go golfing, let him go golfing, right? If you want to, I don't know, get your nails, get mani-pedis on Saturdays, he doesn't need to, like, do that. I do think it's important to have some commonalities, but it doesn't have to be everything, right? I do think, and feels really superficial, but you guys kind of have to like similar TV. Yeah. Or at least be open to new and different shows to watch for each other. Jenny Janachi said, this coach is extremely knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about. Girl, I bet I've been doing it for 14 years, girl. Thank you, though. That's Christelle said, I have a potential first date at an NBA game. Do you think this is a good first date location? No. You want the first date location to be something where you are focusing on each other and you don't have like a third party in the date. So for example, like this would be the same as going to the movies. You're going to be focusing on the game so much that you're not going to actually get to know the person. You want like a coffee date, maybe like a lunch date if you must have a meal. I would definitely stay away from dinner dates. Coffee, tea, ice cream, drinks. And so that you can truly evaluate just the date. The NBA game is going to be amazing. But just because the NBA game is amazing and you have great seats doesn't mean that the dater is good. Yeah? Okay, let me see what's going on here. Let me go a little bit faster. Glinda said, you look absolutely stunning tonight. Thank you. But you're still not going to, I'm not giving it up to you. Sunny Delight said, hi, and we're lots of love. Thank you so much. Dawn said, I started ignoring him and now he wants my attention. But that's the power of silence and stepping away from men. That's, if you ever want a guy's attention, that's how you do it. A lot of girls are going to lean in, girl, lean out. Lean out. Lean out. Lean out. Michaela said, wait, what's the difference between nudging and opening the door? Like how non-black men will be shy. So we got to do something different for non-black men. But that's for like offline dating. Like you're going to have to, if a white guy is interested in you, you're going to have to talk to him. Y'all have seen these white guys staring at you. You got to say, hey, how's it going today? Right? Or my line for the white guys that always gets them, girl, is, you seem to be staring at me. Should I be flattered or should I be scared? Girl, whatever they answer, girl, they're not going to win. And you already won. Yeah? So give that to the white boys that are staring at you. Give that to the white boys whose feet are pointing towards you, because that means that they like you. That's how I always realized, like, what guys were really into me, even if they were DL, based on where their feet were pointing toward. If they're pointing toward you, girl, you already have them. There's no rejection that's going to happen. Yeah, that's why I was like the best wing person, because I always knew like who was feeling my girls, who was feeling my gras, because of the feet. I said, oh, girl, he's into you, girl. Boom. Make it happen. Okay. Lisa, do you help with moving on as well? Totally, because that's a mindset. That's a mindset issue. Someone said, where are all these single men? Girl, they're at home playing video games or working on their business. That's why when people say, oh my God, no, none of the guys are online. Girl, that's a lie. Just like you're staying at home, a lot of these guys are staying at home as well. So, like, it's like interesting that people are like, oh my God, it's a different quality of guys outside. Girl, there are men that own their own homes that are doing repairs on their own homes. There are men that are working so hard that when they come home, they're passing out. They're not going back out to have a drink, right? You want homebodies. You don't want men that are out here roaming the streets as a future husband. So when I hear the guys on the apps are horrible, girl, there's not a significant difference between guys on and off the apps. Okay? So I just want to offer that to you. Alicia said, how do I break it off with a guy that doesn't meet my requirements? You just let him know, hey, it's been great getting to know you. I'm not feeling a connection, but I want to wish you the best of luck. Brandy said, took your advice, met a guy. Now he's my man-child. We're official. I love it, girl. I hear it every day. I'm so happy that you're official. I hope it goes well. Curious Cat said, what's your sign, Anwar? I'm a Cancer, girl. I'm moody. And I'm sensitive about my shit. Taylor said, what to wear on the first date? Anything that makes you feel comfortable and confident and sexy. And like you're hot shit. A lot of the girls are like, wear a dress. Girl, if you're not a dress girl, don't do that. A lot of these women will say, yeah, wear a dress because that's going to really get him. Your job is not to get him. Your job is to get you and make sure that you're feeling good. Fuck what he's feeling. Yeah. Yoli said, getting us in check as usual. Yes, dating mother. I'm fairy godbrother. I'm not mother. Zainab said, how to date a Turkish man. I mean, respectfully speaking, they're in love with black women, but this is what they're working with. Do you want this? Merhaba, nasılsın? I didn't think so. How do I know? I've had Turkish men. And they've had me. Whew. Not really, girl. It was just this. Oh, Lord. Girl, it was just half. It wasn't a full cross, girl. No shade, shade. Yes, it's a half blessed, girl. Oh, gosh. Okay. What, girl? What? Someone said, how was Germany? Girl, Germany was amazing. I was proposed to 3 times there in 18 months. The Germans love us. Love us. Yeah? Girl, if you live in Germany for like a year, you'll get married. You'll get married. Crystal Alex said, can you make a video for black women who live in Atlanta? Yeah, but it's going to look like a funeral. I'm gonna be playing the Undertaker music. Yeah. Chris White said, real random, are there any race of men surprisingly well endowed like our black men asking for a friend? Well, girl, I need to tell you something. And for the girls who know, let me know if this has been your tea. Girl, the black men are not as hung as they used to be. Girl, it used to be 2/3 of them were packing. Packing. Now it's a third, a third, a third. A third packing, a third med, a third womp womp. So, girl, you rolling dice. Hope you get the snake eyes, girl. Someone asking about well-endowed black men, girl. And I think it's the plastics in the foods or something, girl. Girl, the hormones that they put in that chicken, girl. The black men are not packing like they used to. Yeah, people are saying they're so mid now, girl. Disappointed. Girl, I'm not lying. Someone said just enough. Not enough for me. That's why I had to go white. Had to go for that white meat, girl. Yeah, people are saying they're tiny, that they're mid now. I think it's something in the water. Miss Jazzy said pause. Never pause here, always play. Ooh, someone said no motion. Girl, no motion in the ocean? Climate change tea? Better talk to Greta Thunberg, girl. Starlight said I dated 6'6" black guy and he below average. I was so hurt. You wish you were hurt. Yeah. That said, get a mid with some motion. That's tea. That's tea. People say you're so quick. Girl, when you're talking to these men all day, every day, and this is a thing. So all day, every day, my clients are messaging me and they're like, oh my God, what should I say to this guy? What should I say to this guy, girl? I have to be quick. I got to tell these men exactly what's up. If I'm teaching my girls how to flirt, I got to know what the fuck to say. Right? So that's why I'm quick, girl. That's why I'm quick, girl. Yeah. Someone said, not the Jamaicans. Yeah. Jamaicans, the Haitians, the Dominicans, any can has a can. So, but girl, the bigger the D, the bigger the heartbreak. Catch that T. Yeah? Okay. All right, let me see what y'all are talking about. Someone said, accept American. No, girl. Some of the Americans can. And clock it. Okay. Steph Talks said, that's true. I never want a man with a baby leg ever again. Yeah. Someone said, gotta get better at flirting. What's the tea? Why we can't flirt? We can't talk to boys? Here's what's really important when you're talking about to men. Because I think a lot of women will like consciously or subconsciously put men on a pedestal. And you have to literally like, you need to put yourself on a pedestal. That is the secret to flirting, right? There's no equality in flirting, right? No separate but equal. You're on a pedestal as a queen and he's like a peasant. Yeah. Someone said, no, I'm a bit shy. No, it's not about shyness. Because when you're at that Kohl's and you want a different size in that top, you're not shy about asking for that different size. Oh no, girl, I need a medium. I don't need an XL. You're not shy about that. So this isn't about shyness. Yeah? So you need to be on a pedestal. And you need to be letting these men know that you're a queen and that they have to work for you, right? So, so what's that? Not Kohl's. I don't know where you guys shop. I was just the first thing that came to mind, honey. Yeah. So, and thank you guys for the 45,000 likes. Akua said tap, tap, tap. Yes, if there's anything that's resonating with you that is helping you with your dating life, please tap. So, like I've always said, if you come to my previous lives, I always say, you want to be, you want to be like, a lot of us are playing defense in dating and with men. And we're holding up a shield as to say, no, 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 don't talk to me. I'm scared of you. And what you want to do is you want to be like a matador, and these men are bulls, and you just like, ole. I don't have a sweatshirt, but like, and let them run through. Yeah, that's what's important here. And you get to play with them. This is why it's so. That's why I always am saying like you want to be online so you can practice the flirting. Yeah. That's like, it's important for you to like be in practice of it so it becomes more natural for you. Yeah. Yes, honey. Ole, ole, honey. I hope that's helpful. One of the things I do in my program is help my clients flirt, not just like in my online course that is in my program, but like what we'll do is we'll go through conversations, we'll talk through like how to do that through the one-on-one calls and things like that. So that is definitely something that is, if you feel like you need work on it, is part of my program. Pearl Lama said, my Nigerian man wanted 50-50. No, he's not Nigerian then. But Nigerians don't do that. Nigerian men don't do 50-50. They do 120 to minus 20. That's why they're so tricky to date. So he was not Nigerian. He might have been South African. I don't know. Okay. Vic said, do Germans do 50-50? Yes, initially, because there's too much equality in Germany. But after a while, he'll take care of everything else if he really loves you. Let me see. What other questions do we have? If I haven't answered your question, please put it back into the chat because I got a lot going on, girl, and a bit of my ADHD is acting up, girl. Eclectic Fantasy Read said, going to DC in July for a first date and he's already booked our food and drinks RSVP. Tips? I generally say if it's a first date, you should never go to a man. He always needs to come to you. And if that's not happening, you need to switch it out. Someone said, where are the lives saved? They're saved to my YouTube channel. So if you want to be a subscriber, definitely go to the link in my bio. There should be a place to subscribe. If not, go to Dating Coach Anwar on YouTube and subscribe. All my lives, all my clips, all my TikToks are all there. I have like almost 1,500 videos there. And if you piece them all together, you might not even need to go into my program, girl. No shade. Iman said, how do you flirt with white men? Girl, no shade. All you have to do is say hello. That's how they're flirting with you, girl. These like very simple, friendly conversations are how these white men are flirting with you. A lot of people don't understand that. They just think, "Oh my God, what a nice guy. He was asking me how I was doing, what do I do, where do I live, all this other stuff." No, girl, he's flirting with you. That's how they flirt. If you're like, "Oh, that was a friendly white guy," he was probably flirting with you. Yeah. Yeah, they flirt so differently. A black guy will get in your face, he'll grab your arm, he'll give you a baby. He'll like be all up in your face, da 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 da. Mm-mm. It's completely different. So I know a lot of girls have fumbled this because they weren't knowing. Hispanics are like halfway like that. Yeah, someone said, "Where my hug at?" People said, "Not a baby." Girl, am I lying? Am I lying? Yeah, Hispanic men are very touchy, right? And some African American men are as well. So you have to check that T. Yeah. Okay, so let me see what you're talking about. Kalika said, "I love you, saved me from so much drama." Good. Good. I love it. Yeah. A lot of people don't like to talk about these things because they're like, "Oh my God, I don't want to shit on the black man." I don't think I'm shitting on it. I think I'm telling T, and people are like very like sensitive about sharing these things because black men go through a lot. But what you also have to understand is that like as a black woman or a woman of color, you're going through a lot as well. So like it can't all be about them. They said, "I've learned so much from your lives and podcasts." Good, good. My podcast is called the Get Your Guy Coaching Podcast. Definitely subscribe, follow, like listen to it. We put a lot of work into it. The quality of the audio probably isn't great because I don't invest in that. I just kind of spill my tea, and but great information out there. Octavia said, "I think I'm out of black men's leagues. They simply just disappear as soon as I set a boundary." No, it's not. They just, many of them just want to do what they want to do. They don't want to have boundaries. Because there are a lot of women out there that don't have their boundaries together, especially women of color. So they're like, "Okay, if you have boundaries, then I don't need to invest in you." Those are most of the guys out there. I'll just invest in a woman who doesn't have boundaries. It's easier for me, and I get everything that I want, and that's it. Yeah. You want to keep those boundaries though, because you want to repel those guys. Okay. Okay, let me see what else is going on. Okay, let me check on IG. If a white man likes you, they will speak in small talk, but if not, they won't speak at all. No, they'll like you and they won't speak because if you're a black woman, they think, "Oh, she just wants a black dude, so I'm not even gonna try," right? But a lot of them are checking for you. I would say at least a third. Okay, Princess said, "Met a guy May 2nd. He calls me just about every day or every other day. We live approximately 1 hour and 45 minutes apart. We have yet to meet. Should I continue to wait or keep pushing?" Keep pushing. I always say if he's 2 hours away, he has 2 weeks to set up a date. He hasn't done that, girl, you're playing pen pals. Yeah. Southern Salsera said, "Love these videos. You have totally changed how I approach dating." Good. Good, good, good. JBXOXO. What about the book? I'm done with the proposal, and my book agent is going to be shopping it around soon. So I, I was going to be doing self-publishing and all of that. Things have gotten a bit bigger these days as my account and my profile has grown as a dating coach. And so things are going to take a little bit more time because they're becoming more professional and more formal. So having talks with production studios and things like that for shows. So lots to come in 2025 and beyond for sure. which is a blessing. And I just want to thank all of you out here who have been following me, who have been supporting me, since I've really kind of put things out in public around pandemic with podcasts and being on social media a bit more. So I really do appreciate all of that. Oops. Just being Nini said, I get a lot of stares from men, but they don't approach me or speak. Okay. What's the question? What's the question, lady? Someone said boundaries nowadays have gotten me called controlling. Good. Janet Jackson. Control. Keep those boundaries, girl. Keep those boundaries. Eris Gay said, a guy asked me to dinner for... Oh, shoot, I missed it. So y'all are going so fast. For a first date, but he wants me to drive kind of far. Set that boundary. You can't do it, girl. You can't do it. Melody said, Japanese in-laws hate me. Is it time to move on? Yes, girl. The Japanese, the Koreans, the Indians, they're not going to go against their family. Like 90% of the time, they're not going to go against their family. Especially mom. If mom doesn't like it, it's over. Thank you all so much for this almost 63,000 likes here on TikTok. I appreciate it. Dazzle Child said, how does your partner feel about your career? Just like I was saying earlier in this session, right? Supports me 150%, right? Even if I say things that are a bit questionable. One of the things that y'all don't understand is that in every video that I do, on TikTok, on IG, on YouTube, he's liked each and every one of them. That's how he supports me, right? Early in my career, when I was doing all of my one-on-one sessions by myself, now I have a coaching team, he's the one that took care of all 3 of the kids and made sure that they were quiet. Some of my more important interviews on TV and important podcasts, he's the one that secludes himself and the kids to one room in the house so I have complete quiet. That's what it looks like to be supported by a man, right? Where he's pushing you up to have this career. I would not be here without him. You would not have seen me here. So, I say all that to say that I think it's really important to understand that if you are with the right man, he will propel your career. Most of us are brought up thinking boys will make you get bad grades, so don't even engage with them. But it's very different as an adult. So that's important. Okay. Official Seal said, Anwar, is it vain to be bothered by the size of someone's belly when everything else about them is utterly exquisite? Well, the belly can be changed. I guess I would want to understand the health of the individual. Yeah, someone said, you're a parent? Yeah, girl. I know you don't see it, girl, because I've got snapped back, honey. Right? It looks like I've never held all 3 kids, honey. So I understand why you wouldn't think that. But yes, I'm a mother of 3. I'm a suburban mother of 3. Yeah. So, but I like a man with a little bit of belly. It gives me man. I would never want someone who's like in the gym. It would make me feel like I would have to do it. Or that he won't accept me if I'm not just being myself. Right? So, I think it's important to ask questions around, well, what are his health goals? What are his general goals, including health, right? Is he making intentional decisions about changing his diet? or exercise or anything like that. Geneva said that's a beautiful example of supportive partner or spouse. Geneva, do you have any questions to ask me? Because we need to get some things together, I think. JB said, I love that my ex-husband resented my success. A lot of these men will resent you for being successful because you might be more successful than they are. So when he starts to nag your accomplishments, or if he starts calling you big money or, sugar mama or anything, even if it's like funny and teasing, all jokes have truth to it. Catch that. One of the biggest things that I'm seeing recently is that there's a lot of like negging going on, just like the small cuts. But because y'all are so tough, because we've had overcritical mothers, like compared to that, it doesn't seem like a lot. And so it's really important to understand if a guy says anything and it makes you do one of these, that's it. That's it. That's it. I like all the girls who said they like a little chunky in their man, a little belly. I mean, girl, when it's winter time, girl, you need something to just keep warm, girl. Okay. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Jamira said, when you say no sex until exclusivity, do you mean only penetrative? You're a grown woman and you get to do whatever the hell you want to do. I believe that if there is any O in the intimacy, there is a possibility for chemical bonding, right? For both individuals. Vic said, do white guys really like black, very light-skinned women, though, or more darker-skinned women? Darker-skinned women. No shade, girl, but if they wanted the light-skinned girls, they would just get with the white girls that are brunettes. Then this is what the white guys tell me, girl. So I'm not coming for you all. It's like, I say these things and people think I'm the colorist, I'm the racist. No. Yeah. That's the tea. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she said, O means oral. No, it doesn't, girl. No, maybe to you, girl. O means orgasm to me. Okay, let me see what y'all are talking about. Taya said, do Philippines like black women? Yeah, girl. The Filipinos are the black Asians, girl. So they love us. Jason said, I love your work, so applicable for men. Thank you. Thank you so much for the almost 79,000 likes over here, ladies. I appreciate it. And I guess one man. Okay. JB said, I'm on the lighter side and have had plenty of interest by white men. You're not doomed. Yeah, not doomed at all. I'm just saying if they want, this is what I've heard from them. Yeah, but everything that I say, it sounds like a generalization. Use the 80-20 rule, girl. Low-key Steph said, I'm a lawyer and the dating world is hard. They all want a lawyer, but don't in real life. Girl, if they want a lawyer, it's probably because they're a criminal. The thing about being a lawyer, and I work with a lot of lawyers, is Oftentimes, your value might be in being right and debating is exhausting. People want peace. They don't want to be on the debate team. And so, right, that when we're going back and forth, there has to be some emotional aspect to the connection. And I think oftentimes a lot of lawyers take that out because you can't be emotional if you're a great lawyer. Just like if you're a great doctor, you can't have emotions. It will affect your desired outcomes of your job, of your work. And so, like, the work that I have with many of my clients that are in those professions is leaning into the feelings, leaning into the emotions. So that's how you're going to have a deeper connection with people. Okay, Geneva said, I met the guy in Mexico vacation last Saturday. He always wants to fly up to visit me next Saturday. Scared. Let him. He just has to stay at a different place, and let him take you out. Let him do what he wants to do. Yeah? Let these men travel to you. Smiley's Joy, thank you so much for the heart me. Brittany Epiphany, thank you so much for the rose. And for anyone else, this chat is going by really fast that I'm missing a lot of the logos, toys, likes, and things. Cardio, thank you so much for the rose. My bad. I just really can't even see them. Okay, as I'm scrolling up, if anything that I've said has resonated with you, definitely like, double tap, triple tap the screen, and or go to the link in my bio and book a consultation call if you want to do this work more personally, right? So that we can help you get your guy. Geneva said, I'm trying to manage his expectations because my behavior on vacation is different from home behavior. Nope, your job is not to manage his expectations. Your job is just to be you, and that's that. UPR so beautiful. What about a separated man? Should you let him take you out? Depends on the length of the separation. If it's less than a year, I would not engage with him at all. You have to understand like the nature of the separation, but I will tell you this, it generally doesn't work with separated men because they don't know how to complete things and they don't follow through. Yeah. Someone is saying I don't have sound on IG. I don't know what happened because I haven't done anything. Can you hear me now? IG, can you hear me now? Because I've unmuted. It automatically muted. I don't know what's going on now. Okay, good. Girl, this technology has a mind of its own, honey. Tess said chemical bonding. Elaborate. So, you know those girls that like hook up with a guy and he's like not worth anything and but she's like addicted to him, right? And you're like, girl, he's like, he doesn't have anything going on, but she can't get enough of him. She's addicted to him because she's chemically bonded to him, because her orgasm has created all of these different bonding hormones, the oxytocin, the serotonin, the so many other bonding hormones that she literally feels bonded to him. Like she's basically in love with him. That's what happens, and that's why I always say wait until exclusivity so that you have time to evaluate much more of a man. If you're hooking up with a guy and you don't know him, like there's a high chance most women will chemically bond to a man, right? And the opposite side happens with men. Like what will happen is when they hook up with a woman, oftentimes they will feel less connected and less bonded to them because their vasopressin receptors haven't fully developed and their vasopressin goes down. So they're actually going to feel like, I don't even like her. That's why so many guys like hit and quit and run away. It's chemical, it's hormonal. That's why I'm not a prude girl. I'm the same girl who would kiss 6 guys in one night. Like, I'm a kissing hoe, right? But I just know that it can be really dangerous. So that's why I say that. Thank Meek No Mill for the rose. Thank you. Jordan, thank you so much for the rose. Glenda said, your lives are so fun. Thank you, girl. I try. This dating thing has to be a bit fun, you know? Geneva said, I love your blatant honesty. I try. I mean, here's the thing. I'm nobody's guru, girl. I've been that girl. The girl that you don't even want to tell your best friends about because you know that they'll judge you. Yeah, I've been that. I've been her. So I'm not here to judge. I'm here to help us learn from our experiences and our questions so that we can do it differently for a different result moving forward. Right? Somerset, always talking about lawyers. Somerset, not all lawyers litigate. You must be a lawyer, girl, because you were already debating me, girl. Come on now. You showing your cards, girl. V said, I am dating a man who is a bit stingy and is afraid to commit. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else. Life's too short. Yeah? God, where am I? I'm like so lost tonight, honey. I am not on my A game. I'm on my A- game. Never be, girl. Never be. Someone said, Anwar, what do you think about a man that wants 2 wives? I don't think about men who want 2 wives. Abby said, can people still book a consultation for advice even if they aren't trying to date? No. This is why I do these lives, so that you can ask your questions here. The consultations are about figuring out if it's a good fit to work together or not. So don't do that. Because I will sniff it out in 5 minutes and I will stop. My boundaries are very clear. I will stop the call and we will put you in a bucket where we will never put you into the actual program. Yeah. And just FYI, only book a call if you're ready to work professionally with someone. Because if not, we'll put you in a bucket where it will take you a year to actually work with us. We want people that are decisive, people that are resourceful, ready to rock and roll. Because that's what it's going to take to be successful in my program. Marcera, thank you so much for the rose. 2 roses. Okay. Maria said, canceled on a first date with the same guy twice because I was sick. He seemed bothered. Red flag. No, he gets to be bothered. He gets to be bothered. Just like if a guy canceled on you twice, you would be bothered too. The thing that I think people have to understand is that whatever level of rejection that you get while you're dating, I need you to multiply that times 10. And that is half the times that a man is rejected. Yeah. So a lot of women will play with these men And he feels like you're playing with him, that you're not being respectful of his time, his energy, especially if these men are investing in you, right? He's going to be feeling like he's being more played with. Marissa, you're literally the best. Thank you, girl. Someone said, how long to wait till exclusivity again? I would say 2 to 3 months. Yeah, because that is when men are actually even thinking about whether they want to be exclusive with you. A lot of people think that the guys that they're talking to are similar to like how they are, right? Which is some of us, no shade, let's keep it cute and let's be real, will be thinking about marrying a guy on the first date. Like what the wedding pictures will look like, what the babies will look like, all of that. So, but they're not even thinking about even being in a exclusive relationship with you until date 6. Tanaya said, Coach Anwar, thoughts on a Russian man who is interested? Girl, let him invade you like Ukraine, girl. Let him. Let him be interested. Yeah? Fifi said, Anwar, how do we become soft-spoken girls? I don't necessarily think that it's about being soft-spoken. I actually think that it's very important for you to have a voice. I think it's important. You want to be with someone who you feel comfortable expressing your opinions, your emotions, and all of that. Don't be cute and mute. Don't do that. That's the worst thing that you can do. Shakira says, I just want to say hello and I love you. Thank you, girl. Thank you so much for the support. Haji Mark said, should I initiate text? No. No, girl, not that. Think about it like this. Let's say that you were applying for a job. Would you initiate texts with that job after application? Maybe once. But would you do it every day? Every other day? No. Why? Because then that company would think, oh my gosh, she's so thirsty for a job. We can't give it to her. She must be running away from another job. Right? Boss Diva said, I expressed my feelings to a black man today, and he said that's why a lot of us want other races. A lot of these men, specifically black men, haven't been taught or conditioned or have been raised to understand what it looks like to hold emotional space for another person because they've never had emotional space being held for them. I'm not shitting on them. I also think it's helpful to understand where they're coming from. I want you to be able to do that so that you can evaluate whether the guys have the emotional capacity to hold space for you or not. That guy can't. I don't think it's necessarily a black man thing. I think it's just like a guy thing. Yes, black men have a specific experience, but this is why vulnerability is so important. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Mew online said you don't have to eat me up. How did I eat you up? I don't mean to eat anybody up. I'm just spilling my tea. That's it. Clad Pot said, what are your thoughts on possessive men? Obviously a no-no. I have a video about like your type and what your type means. And when you have a possessive man, that means that probably your dad did not possess you. That he was either emotionally or physically or both absent in your life. So you feel like it's an overcompensation of that. So if you feel like you like guys that are possessive or a little bit jealous, you've got to heal that father wound. Yeah. Aaliyah said, how do I stop being someone that a man wants to conquer? It's probably because you're in your masculine energy. When you're in your masculine energy, you will attract two men. A guy that's in his dominant feminine energy, who's looking for a mother, or a guy that is in his hyper or toxic masculine energy that wants to conquer you, that wants to force you to submit into your feminine. So it's probably because you're in your masculine energy. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yes, she said, Anwar, I feel you are ignoring my questions. No, I literally am working with about 1,400 people right now. So I get to the questions when I get to them. So sorry if you feel that way. Not my intention. Cedra said, me and my friends love you so much. You freaking rock. Thank you, girl. Riri said, just met a guy, but I think he's married, but swears he's single. How can I be sure? Go to the county records, girl. They're free. You can check there. Girl, look to see if he has a ring tan. See how there's a ring tan here? Check that. Because half the time they'll wear the rings, half the time they won't, but the ring tan will always be there. I'm lost. While I'm looking, definitely book a consultation call. I kind of feel like they're all booked up for the week. You might want to check tomorrow. It's a busy time at Get Your Guy, which is a blessing. I actually am in the process of growing my company because we need more coaches, because that's just, we need to serve all the ladies in the program. So it's a blessing. So if you go and you try to book a call and it's booked, check tomorrow. There will be open spaces for tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Aaliyah, thank you so much for the 2 roses. Polished crowns. Where are the white men that date black women? Girl, they're all around. Yeah. I will share with you, and I just did a video about this, so check out my How to Date White Guys 101. And then Trillness, I see your question, how to know if you're ready for my program. I'll answer that after this. Different kinds of white guys, you'll be surprised who's checking for you. Yeah? That's why I'm always saying, like, you want to check if they're staring at you and if their feet are pointed towards you. But specifically redheads, guys with long hair, guys that are bald, like shaved heads, 35 and over, European guys, dorky white guys, like well-established artists, Italians, Irish. Lux Coco Cure makes a good point. As a person who has dated outside of black men, the grass is not always greener, it's just different. 100%. Just because these guys are white doesn't mean that they're better. There's probably more, there's more of them. And my whole shtick as a dating coach is that I want you to date everybody and see who treats you the best. I would say still 2/3 of my clients do end up with black men, but healthy black men. That's the important part. Yeah. Jenny says, how can we tell if a man has money? Some millionaires are discreet. 100%. The gag is that A lot of millionaires, guys that are not trying to do too much, girl, they shop at Marshalls and TJ Maxx. That's the gag. Um, Here's the thing. There's a certain demeanor for someone that has money, right? You know those guys that are like go into a restaurant or a store and they're very demanding and a little bit bitchy? They're rich, but they're not wealthy. Yeah, what do I mean by that? I mean, they're still working for their money, so it means that time is of the importance and that they're always rushing. They're always rushing to do things. Wealthy men have their money working for itself, so they have time. They're not in a rush. They're very gentle and they're very warm with everyone because they understand that relationships are everything, right? They understand that if they're nice to this host today, that host is going to remember them and treat them better the next time. The rich guy is focused on right here, right now, and wants everything happening, right? If things go wrong, the wealthy guy's no problem, no problem. It's fine because he's healed. The rich guy is going to take it as a personal affront, right? So there are differences, and you don't want a rich guy. You want a wealthier man because he's going to be more settled and possibly more healed. Now there are some wealthy men that are not, right? The rich guys are looking for the trophy wives. So if you have that trophy wife look, great. Get a rich guy. Most of us don't, right? The wealthy guys, they're not hyper focused on looks as much as they're hyper focused on legacy. So they're looking for women with a certain pedigree, with a certain education, those sorts of things. Yeah. This is important. I don't think a lot of people are really talking about this, but I do think it's important to understand the difference because a lot of people are like, oh, I just want a guy with money. There are levels to this. Yeah. And a lot of people don't understand this. The other thing is, you have to have money if you're going to meet people with money. No shade, but you're not going to meet a millionaire or a billionaire flying Spirit or Frontier, right? Someone said, can you talk more about legacy? What does it mean? It means pedigree, education. You need to be intelligent. You need to be actually being able to talk about a variety of different subjects, right? You need to offer something to the conversation, right? What sort of subjects? Biotechnology, AI, manifestation, because that guy, that billionaire knows that, yes, there's going to be help all around, but the relationship between the mother and the child is obviously paramount. And she's going to have the biggest influence on him as the billionaire is working and doing X, Y, and Z. And that child is going to take over the empire and the legacy. Yeah. So I wanted to share that with you all for the ladies that are looking for true wealthy men. Yeah, futurism. Do billionaires date doctors? Yeah, they do. Because, you have a lot of people talking about, yeah, get you a man with money, da 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 da, sprinkle, sprinkle. The sprinkle, sprinkle girl is helping y'all get with upper middle class men. And that's fine. That's no shade, right? But when I'm talking about going to Art Basel, going to F1 races, going to Cannes, being in Monaco, going to some of those boat races, right? The name is like escaping me right now. But for those that are looking for that, I wanted to offer That's what it looks like. People say, I want that life. You have to be of that life. Yeah, St. Bart's. Regatta, that's right. 100%. And you have to have the energy like you belong there. Some of the girls will go there and it's giving scholarship kid. Don't do that. And you're talking to someone who went to boarding schools and, you know, hung out with royalty and monarchies and, you know, producer kids and all of that. You can't give scholarship kid. You have to give old money. Don't give new money. Yeah. Anyway, I hope that's helpful for the girls that are looking for that, because I know some of us are, but you got to be it to do it. Okay. How does a scholarship kid act? The scholarship kid acts like they're at Disneyland everywhere they go. The scholarship kid acts like everything is a gift versus expected. Right? The scholarship kid doesn't dress like everyone else. Doesn't talk like everyone else. Right? So wealthy people talk in facts and evidence. Scholarship kids, or people that are not of the life, they'll talk in analogies. Yeah? That's important. Yeah. Said someone, don't give Leo from Titanic, honey. Give Billy Zane. Yeah. Someone said, clocked my tea real bad there. Yeah, Lulu, you're right on that. Wealthy people talk slower because their money is working for them so they don't have to work. Time, they're rich in time. They're not in a rush. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful. I'm talking about scholarship kids because I was a scholarship kid. So I had to learn how I stood out, right? I'm not saying that to be shady. Okay. More questions about dating, because that kind of took a little bit of a turn. Trilna said, how do you know if you're ready to join my program? If you want to date, if you're open-minded, if you're resourceful, if you are ready to do things that you have never done before, if you're ready to actually, if you're ready to do the work, right? Because a lot of the work that we're doing is a bit deeper. Yeah. And so we're going to talk about inner child wounds. We're going to talk about those past experiences that might be tough. And if you feel like you're not ready to do that, you probably are not ready for this program. Yeah. Someone said, I just performed $1 million wedding and the newlyweds were Boston College grads. I kick myself now because I declined the full ride scholarship to Boston College. My life could have been different. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe not. Okay. Someone said, you're so knowledgeable. I have been doing this work for 14 years. So I have seen it all. I've coached it all. I've heard it all. Alicia said, is your program for people who have it together? I was looking at your questions. Here's what I want to offer to you all. Nobody has it together. And if you're waiting to be perfect or to have it together, you will never date. What I think is really important is to understand that if you have half your shit together, you're ready to date. Because you have to understand that a quarter of your shit is going to get together while you're dating, and the other quarter of your shit is going to get together while you're in the relationship. So many of us perfectionists, aka people who have grown up in a household with overly critical mothers who never felt good enough, are going to feel like they have to be perfect to date, and you don't have to do that. That ultimately, if you you get to do that if you want, but here's what I want to offer to you. When you're perfect, it's going to be hard for other people to actually relate to you. They'll admire you, but they won't be able to relate to you. You want to be comfortable in your humanness. That's how people can deeply relate to you. Yeah? Good. Alrighty. Girl, I better go to bed, girl. These kids about to wake me up, honey. And I gotta get these bags together, girl. One time my daughter said, "Oh, I love those Louis Vuitton bags under your eye." I said, "Girl, you're 10. Stop. Right now." People are asking questions about my program. Depending on the program, it's either 6 or 12 months. I know. The gag is I have a mouth on me, and my karma is hitting me with my children because they're coming for me every day. Every single day. Yeah. Linus J said, "Fairy Godnies ate you up." Sure did, girl. And they eat me up every day. It's a blessing that I'm still here. 8. Lil Miss Kendall Roy said, "That's definitely your daughter." Girl. Sure is. Sure is. Real slick with it. And it is really hard as a parent, I will say, someone who is also a feminist. How do I empower my daughter to speak her truth, but also to also put some guardrails around being respectful too, right? So it's kind of a hard balance, but we're trying our best. Suzuki said, "You ever coached a famous person?" All the time. They're just very, we make them anonymous. There's a whole other kind of program for people that are more well known, but probably about 2 to 3 at a time. We keep it very cute, very hush-hush, because that's what they want and that's what they need. And they pay moolah for that. Yeah. Said my children know nothing about LV. Yeah, my children didn't either until they asked me one time. That's how I travel, right? I'm not someone that's big into labels, but my luggage, that is what it is. So that's how they know about it. Okay. Okay, Vicky said, "You seem like a very good parent." I've improved. And I will say that is because of my partner. He's made me a better parent. Sin M Soul said, "Why do they get a whole other program?" Because there's a level of anonymity that they want and require. And so that's what we give to them. Whereas the other programs have more group calls and one-on-one calls. Things are a bit separated and more in person and things like that. All right, ladies. I hope that this was a great session for you. When do the lives start? Generally around 10:30-ish. Regina said, "Winnie Parker needs to reach out to you." All right. Be well. Love to you all. If you are interested in doing this work at a deeper level and a more personal level, definitely book a consultation call. The link is in my bio. And if you want to learn more about what I do, definitely click the link in my bio about my podcast. You'll learn a lot there, and we'll go from there. Alrighty? All right, the days of my lives. Tuesday, Fridays, and Sundays. Fridays are like half the time. Yeah. Good. Bye-bye.